In the quiet moments following his passing, she reveals a truth that cuts deeply, a reflection of a love that was both tender and complex. While we often picture marriage as a shared journey of joys and trials, her words paint a portrait of a man wrestling with his own mortality in ways that surprised even those closest to him. With every story she unveils, there is a glimpse into private moments once hidden from the world. The confessions he murmured late at night, the unexpected apologies for past mistakes, and a vulnerability that shattered the strong exterior everyone thought they knew so well. As she recounts those final days, the weight of his unspoken fears emerges, blended with his unwavering desire to protect his family from the pain he carried quietly. There were promises made that no one could have guessed, and a raw honesty that left her both shaken and comforted. She shares his moments of profound regret, not for the paths he had chosen in life, but for the people he felt he unintentionally let down. It was in these conversations that his remarkable humanity shone brightest, a reminder of a legacy built not just on his art, but on the love he poured into the relationships that shaped him. Through her tearful stories, she reveals his candid reflections about the life they shared together, the laughter, the struggles, the hopes they clung to when times became challenging. These revelations are not about painting a picture-perfect portrait of who he was, but rather about offering a glimpse of a man who, at his core, was as fragile and deeply emotional as anyone else. His final words to her were neither grand nor rehearsed. They were simple, heartfelt, and left her grappling with an emptiness only she could deeply understand. Even now, she speaks not with bitterness but with gratitude for the years they built together. The shadow of his loss still looms, yet through her memories, the essence of his spirit lives, shared with candor in ways she now feels ready to tell the world. 3 years after Kenny Rogers passed away, Wanda Miller, his widow, spoke openly about the time they shared, and the moments leading up to his passing. Kenny spent his life as an icon of country music, but his legacy extends well beyond the stage, tied deeply to his roots and family. Born on August 21, 1938, in Houston, Texas, Kenny grew up in a modest household with 7 siblings in a federal housing project. This humble beginning shaped the singer's perspective on life and love, making his relationships all the more meaningful. In her reflections, Wanda shared that Kenny was more than just a famous musician. He was a loving husband, father, and a man with wisdom that became evident in his final months. Before his death at 81, he endured a difficult period due to declining health. Yet he exhibited surprising gestures that underlined his far-reaching insight into life. He expressed his unwavering wish for Wanda to find happiness even after he was gone, encouraging her to embrace life and not let his absence weigh her down. He envisioned her thriving, surrounded by love, a testament to his selflessness. Kenny's life was filled with experiences that ranged from the glitter of celebrity to the depth of personal challenges and growth. Despite the spotlight, his interactions with those closest to him revealed a simpler, more grounded version of the man the public adored. Wanda spent their years together watching Kenny navigate the complexities of fame with the same grace he exhibited in private moments. From enjoying ice cream with his family on quiet evenings, to supporting their children with an active fatherly presence, his passing left a void, but Wanda's journey through grief has been one of embracing Kenny's philosophy of love and kindness, keeping alive his essence. As she continues her journey, she does so with the values Kenny instilled: the importance of family, resilience, and the beauty of moving forward with the past as a source of strength. Despite being widely known for his success, Kenny Rogers grew up in an environment where life was a daily struggle. Born into a modest household in Houston, Texas, Kenny was the 4th of 7 children. The family lived in government housing, with financial difficulties shaping much of his early years. Meals were often simple staples, reflecting the scarcity that surrounded their daily life. Indeed, poverty often cast its shadow across the Rogers household, creating challenges that demanded resilience. Kenny's father, Edward Floyd Rogers, endured a struggle with alcoholism, a difficulty that left a profound impact on young Kenny. Despite his father's personal battles, it was his unwavering love for family that shone through during their most trying times. Meanwhile, Lucille, Kenny's mother, embodied strength as she juggled parenting and maintaining the family's faith. No matter how overwhelming circumstances appeared, the Rogers family found solace in their close-knit bonds, an unyielding sense of community. Amid these challenges, Kenny's siblings were a source of immense support. His brother, Roy, and sister, Sandy, carried profound voices of hope within the family. Roy recalled the financial hardship they endured, but emphasized that faith kept them hopeful of brighter days. Sandy, on her part, spoke often of how the spirit of solidarity within their neighborhood contributed to their ability to cope. Their collective sense of community, she believed, was crucial to surviving the consistent hardship they faced. Kenny also remained profoundly shaped by these experiences throughout his life. Witnessing his father's struggle with alcohol impacted his personal choices later in life. Kenny refrained from drinking and substance abuse. He often credited his family's unwavering faith and values for molding his life, keeping him grounded even as success later found him. Music became a refuge for Kenny, a place where he could channel the lessons, struggles, and emotions drawn from his youth. Though life started on uneven footing, the foundations built by love, faith, and perseverance carried him through. Despite growing up in challenging circumstances, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton discovered a deep bond rooted in their shared experiences of hardship and faith. Both hailed from humble beginnings, and these early struggles fostered a mutual understanding that served as the foundation of their relationship. Raised in poverty, they shared similar stories of navigating life with limited resources. They also deeply valued their religious upbringing, which instilled in each a sense of perseverance and optimism despite the obstacles they faced. Kenny's dream of music took form after a transformative experience during a Ray Charles concert. Inspired by the energy and possibilities he witnessed on stage, he resolved to pursue a career in music. This decision marked the beginning of what would become a monumental journey in the industry. Eager to define his musical identity, Kenny first joined the doo-wop group The Scholars. This early venture allowed him to blend harmonies and develop a unique sound while gaining initial exposure in the industry. Later, he became part of the New Christy Minstrels, a folk group that provided him with further opportunities to hone his craft and showcase his vocal talents to a broader audience. Throughout his career, the influence of his connection with Dolly Parton remained undeniable. Not only did they collaborate musically, but their friendship profoundly impacted how they navigated fame and remained grounded. In their duet performances, especially with the song Islands in the Stream, they exuded a chemistry that captivated audiences globally. Dolly's unwavering support and belief in Kenny even helped him to seize moments of opportunity when his confidence wavered. Together, their music reflected not just artistic compatibility, but also the strength drawn from their shared history of resilience and belief in their dreams. After forming the First Edition in 1967, Kenny Rogers quickly set a remarkable course in music history. Emerging as a talented ensemble, the First Edition initially embraced a rock and country-style blend that resonated with the audience of that time. However, the group's fame reached new heights with the release of Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town, a track that became a chart-topping hit and showcased the group's ability to tackle storytelling through music. Written by Mel Tillis, the song explored the emotional anguish of a paralyzed war veteran and struck a heartfelt chord with listeners, solidifying Kenny and his band as a force to reckon with in the late 1960s music scene. As their reputation grew, so did their creative endeavors. The First Edition also became known for their television show, Rollin' on the River, an entertainment program that featured musical performances and interviews, further cementing their place in the entertainment industry. This platform not only celebrated their own music, but gave space to a variety of guest artists, allowing Kenny to expand his reach and stamp his presence as a household name. Kenny Rogers, as the face of the First Edition, demonstrated an incredible ability to adapt and innovate. From rock-infused tracks to a gradual incorporation of country elements, the band's evolution reflected Kenny's versatility as an artist. Over the years, Kenny's career saw unprecedented success, selling more than 100 million records worldwide. Despite his immense fame and wealth, Kenny remained rooted in his values of community and kindness. One significant example was his generosity toward a former neighbor, assisting them with necessary car repairs, which was a testament to his character and the humility he maintained throughout his career. Kenny Rogers was a master storyteller in music. His songs, like Reuben James and Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town, showcased his ability to weave narratives that resonated deeply with audiences. These tracks, blending raw emotion with compelling tales, solidified his legacy as both a country music icon and a crossover artist. His music traversed genres, effortlessly combining elements of country, pop, and folk to appeal to a broad spectrum of listeners. With smooth vocals and heartfelt lyrics, Kenny built a distinctive style that could touch on tender ballads and more somber, reflective themes, giving his discography a timeless quality. On the personal front, Kenny Rogers experienced an eventful romantic life, marked by 5 marriages. Each relationship had its unique dynamics, yet none lasted forever. His first marriage to Janice Gordon, when he was just 20 years old, faced challenges from the outset. Their union, which produced a daughter, ended quickly, partially due to outside pressures. Kenny admitted that his early marriages often clashed with his burgeoning career in music. His second marriage to Jean Rogers also ended within a few years, as both partners realized they lacked the depth of connection to sustain their bond. He later married Margot Anderson, and their relationship brought forth another child, Kenny Jr. This marriage lasted over a decade, marking one of the more stable periods in his early personal life. However, his commitment to his craft often came at a cost, contributing to their separation. Marianne Gordon, a talented actress, became his 4th wife. Together they had a son named Christopher Cody, but their relationship ended in 1993 after more than 15 years. Kenny once described this divorce as his most financially demanding, a poignant reflection of the complexities in his private life. Despite the heartbreaks that marked his earlier relationships, Kenny found lasting companionship with Wanda Miller, his 5th wife. Their marriage, which stood the test of time until his passing, represented a shift in his approach to love and life. He often called Wanda his soulmate, signaling the depth of their connection and the stability she brought to his later years. Though Kenny Rogers spoke openly about the difficulties in balancing his love life with his music career, he always remained gracious, expressing a clear fondness for each of his former partners and taking accountability for the challenges that arose. Despite the many rumors that swirled around them, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton shared a deep and enduring friendship that was marked by playful teasing and flirtation. Their chemistry on stage and in public often led fans to speculate about a romantic relationship, but both artists maintained that their bond was purely platonic. Kenny once remarked on the joy of their friendship, emphasizing that they were like family. However, his passion for music often came at a personal cost. Kenny admitted that his dedication to his craft frequently led to neglect in his personal relationships. This intense focus on his career contributed to the breakdown of his marriages, resulting in multiple divorces. He recognized that the demands of being a successful musician sometimes overshadowed the needs of his partners. Despite the challenges in his personal life, Kenny's collaboration with Dolly remained a highlight of his career, showcasing the power of friendship and mutual respect in the world of music. Their connection served as a reminder that not all close relationships need to be romantic to be meaningful. Kenny Rogers met Wanda Miller under unique circumstances that unfolded at a restaurant in Atlanta, where he had gone on a blind date with another woman. As the evening progressed, Wanda, who was working as a hostess, walked into the room. Her warm and genuine smile captured Kenny's attention, and though he was there with someone else, he couldn't help but be drawn to her. Fascinated by the ease and sincerity she exuded, Kenny knew instantly that he wanted to know more about her. He decided to pursue her despite their significant age gap of 28 years. Their early relationship wasn't entirely smooth. Wanda's parents initially expressed concern about the age difference, not because they disliked the famous country singer, but because they worried about what her future might look like. Despite their reservations, Kenny took the time to develop a ground of trust and understanding with Wanda's family. Over time, Wanda's parents grew to appreciate the bond Kenny shared with their daughter. Kenny's authenticity and devotion convinced them that their daughter was in good hands, creating a deep familial respect that endured throughout the marriage. Kenny and Wanda dated for 5 years, carefully building their foundation of love and trust before tying the knot in June 1997. Wanda became a beacon of happiness in Kenny's life, providing him with unwavering support amid his career's demands. Despite initial hesitation due to his age, Kenny Rogers embraced a new chapter of life when he and Wanda welcomed twin sons in 2004. Kenny, already a music legend with a storied career, found himself at a point where family began to hold the utmost importance. He had spent decades captivating audiences with his timeless music, but it was the realization of the fleeting nature of time with his family that ultimately led him to retire from his career. His decision to step away from the spotlight in 2015 allowed him to fully devote himself to his wife and children, cherishing the moments they shared. Kenny spoke candidly about his experiences with drugs during his life. Though largely steering clear of substance abuse, he did explore and discuss these moments openly in his memoir. Among the revelations was his regret over a plastic surgery decision, a reminder of the pressures and mistakes he faced while navigating fame and public scrutiny. Through his memoir, he offered an unvarnished portrayal of his life, detailing how these experiences shaped him. The joy Kenny found in his retirement was deeply rooted in the simple pleasures of family life. Spending quality time with his sons and his wife Wanda became his priority. He took pride in being present, an opportunity he often felt he forfeited with his older children due to the demands of his career. Kenny's later years were marked by the warmth of family bonds, a stark contrast to the restless whirlwind of his earlier journey. By choosing to center his life around his family, Kenny showed that his greatest encore was not one performed on stage, but in the heart of his home. Kenny passed away on March 20, 2020, leaving behind a legacy of music that touched many hearts. His passing came without any official announcement regarding a terminal illness, which left fans and loved ones in shock. Due to the pandemic, his funeral was kept small, limiting the number of people who could gather to pay their respects. In the wake of his death, Wanda, his beloved wife, openly shared her deep grief. She found solace in the presence of red birds, which she interpreted as comforting signs from Kenny, reminding her of their enduring love. During this difficult time, Lionel Richie stood by Wanda, providing constant support and friendship. His presence was a source of strength, helping her navigate the overwhelming emotions of loss. Together, they honored Kenny's memory while also finding ways to move forward, cherishing the moments they had shared with him. The bond between them highlighted the importance of friendship and support during times of sorrow. After Kenny Rogers passed away, his widow Wanda Rogers actively worked to preserve his legacy and honor his wishes. One of her heartfelt efforts was curating an album called Life is Like a Song, which features a collection of Kenny's unreleased songs recorded between 2008 and 2011. Released posthumously, this album reflects a deeply personal side of Kenny, as it includes tracks that were meaningful to him, covering themes such as love, life, and loss. By bringing these songs to light, Wanda ensured that fans could connect with Kenny's artistry even after his passing. Kenny had expressed a loving wish for Wanda to continue finding happiness in life after his demise. Accepting his blessings, she embraced this encouragement as she moved forward, while still cherishing his memory. 3 years after losing her beloved husband, Wanda found love again with the help of friends who introduced her to a new partner. In pursuing her happiness, Wanda also managed to fulfill Kenny's wish, honoring his legacy and his desire for her to live her life fully. Though Wanda stepped into a new chapter of her life, she maintained a focus on preserving Kenny's contributions to music. Her efforts with the album demonstrate her love and commitment to keeping his work and memory alive. These actions beautifully show how she balanced moving on while still holding space for her deep respect and affection for Kenny, representing a testament to their bond and the understanding they shared. Despite Kenny Rogers' departure, Wanda has managed to begin a new chapter in her life with grace, keeping his memory intact. Her partner has demonstrated a reassuring presence for her children, respecting the profound legacy Kenny left behind. His charismatic persona, coupled with his immense talent and innate kindness, made him unforgettable. This new phase of Wanda's life accentuates the values Kenny held dear, embodying the essence of their shared love and mutual understanding throughout their years